I'm so excited. Who else is excited today that we're going to be talking with Victoria Beckham? I'm so excited. Victoria and I have been friends now for, I think, oh my gosh, going on 16, 17 years. And she's an incredible friend. Obviously, Victoria Beckham Beauty is so important to her, and I'm so proud to be here doing this with her, but super excited to welcome my friend into her live on Victoria Beckham Beauty today so that we can chit-chat and do what we normally do, just hang out and really talk about beauty. So we will give Victoria a second to come in, but I'm really super excited. I was talking to Victoria a little bit earlier, and I said to her, people are always asking me what kind of friend Victoria Beckham is. And I had said, hey, Sarah Creole, I had said that the type of friend Victoria is, last time on the live, I mentioned that one night she took care of my dogs when I had a bit too much to drink. But the kind of friend Victoria is, you know, not too long ago before COVID, she and Harper came to my mom's senior living facility, and Victoria was bringing in a big thing of cupcakes, passing them out. Harper was playing the flute for everybody, and I remember one of the residents that lives there as well had said to Victoria, looking her up and down, she's like, what do you do? And Victoria said, well, I'm a designer. And the woman is like, what is your name? And Victoria was like, well, Victoria Beckham. Here she comes, everybody. Let's bring Victoria in. Here we go. Victoria's coming in. Hi!
Hey, Ken!
How are you? You look gorgeous.
Thank you very much. I'm
so excited. Sorry?
I was saying I was just listening to the story about when Harper 7 played the flute, and wasn't that a lovely sound?
Well, remember, you were kind of like this. I had just gotten her a flute, but people always ask me, especially here on Victoria Beckham Beauty, in your community of friends and things, everyone always asks what kind of friend you are. And I think last week when I mentioned that I had had a bit to drink one night, and you had to come, never. You had to come back with me, bring me home, tuck me in, and take care of my 4 dogs in your heels, in the grass. It reminded me of the scene of Eva in Desperate Housewives when she's mowing the lawn in her heels. I can vaguely remember you taking care of the dogs out in the grass. But at my mom's, it was so sweet. You and Harper surprised us, and you knew I was there. You stopped and picked up cupcakes. You came. Harper did her best playing the flute. But it was funny because one of the women had asked you what you do, and you said, well, I'm a designer. She said, what's your name? And you were like, Victoria Beckham. She looked you up and down. She's like, never heard of you. But it was just a funny thing that, you know, you guys, that we have together, but just, it's a show to me of your friendship and our true friendship beyond this. And today, you know, is so fun for me because it reminds me of all of our days in New York during Fashion Week, where we share an adjoining room. And I always come in the morning. You've already been to the gym and working out, and I'm just dragging in. And we get ready. And I think a lot of people don't realize that most of the time in New York leading up to Fashion Week, and whenever I've done Fashion Week with you, you do your makeup yourself and you look flawless. So a lot of the times that we've seen you photographed, you've actually done your own makeup. And that's kind of a lot of the questions that I've gotten when we've asked what people want to know from Victoria Beckham. So one of the first things would be, you know, why beauty, and what inspired you to get into beauty?
Well, firstly, I'd just like to say thank you for everything you've been doing, Ken. I think that watching the lives that you have done, I mean, this is what you're so brilliant at. You know, you have so much credibility. You're so inspiring to watch, and every single live that you have done has been so interesting. I've learned so much and been so inspiring, and you are such a good friend. I mean, you're Harper 7's godfather, my very best friend.
She's done my makeup.
She what, sorry?
Harper's done my makeup, remember?
She's done your makeup.
Yes,
She's done your makeup.
Yes.
And, you know, I've had so much fun and learned so much about beauty from you. And when I first spoke to Sarah Creole, who is my co-founder and CEO, I said, you know, I really want to develop a beauty brand of the future. But I didn't mean that in an arrogant way. I meant that in a really good way. I wanted to create kind beauty. And I have the best makeup developers in the industry. I feel incredibly blessed to have the team that I do. They really are the best.
Yeah.
And it was a challenge for everybody to make sure that we were working on formulas that were clean. And clean is very much a grey area. I found that as a consumer, when I was trying to educate myself on clean beauty, it was very confusing and it was very time consuming. So I said, when we create clean beauty, I want to make what we have learned. I want to be very transparent about what is in our formulas, and
which you guys do. It's on your website. I mean, everybody should take a look.
Yeah.
And the transparency of your brand, I think you have every ingredient listed on your website, as well as the ingredients that you don't have, and you kind of explain everything. So all the research that you're talking about, and everything that you've learned, you're actually sharing that with the community.
Yeah, absolutely, because it was so time consuming. It was so confusing. And there's a lot of, I was putting a lot of pretty nasty stuff on my face. And even products that I was using on my children. So it's very, very interesting to really get to know more. And to develop products that are the absolute best, real luxury products, but the fact that you don't have to compromise through making them clean. So being kind to each other, kind to ourselves, kind to the environment, taking sustainability very seriously. As you know, we've spoken about this so much, that, using minimal plastics with the outer packaging, using 100% post-consumer waste. So we are being kind to the planet as well. And things can be as effective. You don't have to compromise. And that is what has really surprised me. And I'm so proud of everything that we have created and the community that I have built around me.
Well, it's funny, as you're saying that, I remember being in your kitchen in Los Angeles with Sarah Creel, and you had a sea of things out that you had collected over the years, but things that you'd been mixing, because I traveled with you, and often, like I said, you do your own makeup, things you've been mixing. And you were saying to Sarah, who, has such an incredible history, you were saying to her, I want to know why this works like this and this one doesn't. And I remember one of the things that you said that you really demanded of the product was not just clean, sustainable, cruelty-free, but performance. And you, from the beginning, you wanted it to be clean and kind, but also to deliver and to perform. Why was that important?
I've always been a bit of a makeup addict over the years. Being with the Spice Girls, it was so much fun, and working with the best makeup artists in the world, using all the products and really, really understanding what I would want. What I really, really want. I couldn't help it, Ken. I couldn't help it.
I was just going to do it too. I
love the Spice Girls. There'll always have to be a little tiny mention of that.
But I'm sure over the years in the Spice Girls, you learned a lot. All the looks you guys had. And I think, David is watching. He's waving and saying hi. And we know that David's a big fan of the Golden Primer.
He's my best model. Well, other than you and David are my.
I think David is your best model. I do David's hair, but often I've touched up his skin, and his skin, he says mum jokes, but he does use it, and it's incredible. But I think, your history with the Spice Girls, and one thing that I see similar to your brand and your community, and everyone that I've had the luxury of getting to know through doing this with your community, is you've created a place that I know personally was important to you, where people could come and feel like themselves, but the best versions of themselves. And I know you've spoken publicly before that growing up in school wasn't that great for you, that you weren't that popular, and even to the point where you were bullied. Why has community for you been, I saw it in the Spice Girls, but why has individuality, collectiveness, and people coming together and community been so important to you?
It started off with girl power and empowering not just girls, but girls and boys, women and men, empowering them through music. And the Spice Girls embraced who we were as individuals. It was okay to be different, and we celebrated that. And for me now, it's about empowering women and men through beauty and also fashion, so they feel like the best version of themselves. And for me, inclusivity is very, very important. It is about making sure that everything that we create works on all skin types, all skin tones,
Right.
on men and women. You know, I can see a message from David saying that he's run out of serum. I will bring some home. But
Luckily,
it's really,
I have some.
luckily you have some. Actually, I have some here. But you know, it really is about being inclusive and that's
But
very,
that's
very
always
important.
been in your DNA, I think. I think that's been something in your DNA from the beginning with the Spice Girls, but also yourself. David is saying that Harper's watching and smiling. Harper 7.
Harper.
I actually have my painting from Harper, the butterfly, in the background that she did last time we were here. But so we have a lot of questions, and you know, we opened up to the community and asked everybody what they really, really wanted to know. And a lot of people are asking, you know, on any given day, how do you look so flawless?
Well, that is very, very kind, but let me tell you, I don't. Look, I'm no supermodel. I'm a 46-year-old mother with 4 children, and I feel so blessed and so lucky. I try to be as healthy as I can. I eat healthily. I work out regularly. Do I love a few too many glasses of wine? Absolutely, because I think that you have to have fun. You have to enjoy yourself. But I think it's about trying to be the best version of yourself. And I have to say, you just saw me putting this serum on my neck. You know, I've been lucky enough to have the samples for quite a long time before we could make them available. And this serum, and it was proven in the test results that we actually had, I've noticed a huge, huge difference in my skin.
Smaller
the size
pores.
of my pores, the fine lines under my eyes are definitely less. You just saw me putting this on my neck. I mean, I put so much of this on my neck and on my chest, and you know, David loves this as well, so it's great that we can all use it. And I notice a difference in my skin, and then when I use the Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizer,
it's unbelievable.
Which, you know, we have in 2 shades. We have the new golden, and
the golden is everything. The thing I want to say about the golden, Victoria, is the other day when I was talking, when we were doing with one of the makeup artists talking, we were talking about the golden and how it works on everybody's skin. It works on your skin tone. It works on my skin tone. My good friend Gloria, Foot Nanny, who has much deeper skin tone than both of us, the golden works for her as well.
Yeah, and that's why we created it, you know, so that it really does work for everyone, you know. And I use, what I do after I've cleansed my face is I always use the serum, let that dry just a couple of seconds, and then I take one of the Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizers and I dab it on my face. Then I apply my makeup. And then, as you could just see me doing, you know, I've got makeup on right now, I will then just dab more along the sides of my cheeks, down the center of my nose, a little bit on the tops of my eyes and on the bow of my lips. But I also, you know, put it on my chest. You can put it on your legs. And it's hydrating and it has skincare benefits. It's also protecting your skin, but looks good as well. And then I continue to use it throughout the day. If I want to freshen up, I'll just put it on my hands, put it on my face.
But I think people love that about you. You've always been, since I've worked with you, it's all about skin. You've always wanted, you didn't want to look like you were wearing a mask. You didn't want to look like you had heavy makeup on. So you've always had, and that's why everyone's asking, flawless skin. Is this what you were wearing? I know you were in Greece. We talked recently, and I kept on saying to you every time we spoke, oh my God, you look amazing. Was this something that you use to keep your skin out in the sun and everything, staying hydrated, moisturized, and protected?
Yeah, I mean, I try to wear a high sun factor all the time. Good. Just like my husband, he doesn't. But
you heard it here.
I try to protect my skin as much as I can and make sure, you know, it's the basic things as well, making sure that you get as much rest as you can, making sure that you drink as much water as you can, take your supplements. You know, wellness is very, very important to me as well. But yes, the golden was a lifesaver for me because yes, it looks great, but also the skincare benefits, the science behind all of these skincare products is really quite remarkable. And I was so happy when I saw the test results, you know, when we first launched the products. You know, they do, there's a saying, it does what it says on the tin. You know, they really do. I notice a difference in my skin. And so I'm very proud of everything that we have developed. And there is so much more to come as well. I mean, we are just scratching the top of the iceberg. Of course, we recently launched a new shade of lip tint, Cherry. I don't know if it's Cherry or Cherry.
Right, the Cherry.
Cherry or Cherry.
Gorgeous,
I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But we recently launched that. It was great. You know, you asked me earlier about the community. And what I love about engaging with my community, how ultimately it is about me delivering what my community wants. And so we came out with the first shade of lip tint. And I then went to the community and I said, what shade do you want next? And it was great working with the community. You know, it's a great form of market research that we have, you know, there. And
well,
so
it's intimate. You can really reach out to them now, and you can ask them. I know last week when I was working with Lisa Potter Dixon, she used the new cherry, and the thing that was amazing about it, she put it on her lips, she put a little bit on her cheeks, and a little bit on her lid, and it was gorgeous. So that's the other thing. I know the primers and everything, they're cell rejuvenating, but all of your products, even the lip colors, they all have multi-purpose. And I think that goes a long way with your community. Harper's taken over Nicola's Instagram. So she's saying hi from Nicola's Instagram. David called you mean.
Why did you call me mean? Because I said he doesn't wear sunscreen.
Yeah, exactly. And we have Johnny Go Lightly, who I know is a really big, you know, great friend of the Victoria Beckham brand community, Victoria Beckham Beauty. And you were just kind of mentioning a little bit. He wants to know what's next coming up in the lineup.
You know, we have a very exciting launch in a couple of months. Actually,
I won't say anything.
What that is. But it's very, very exciting. For me, everything I create has to have a purpose, and I want it to be real. I want it to be authentic. And so, like I always say, it's about creating what I want in my makeup bag. Harper 7 knows what the new launch is going to be, and I have to say, Harper is the sweetest, kindest, most loveliest little human being. She really is, and she loves makeup. She loves you so much, and even Harper loves playing with makeup.
Do you remember that day after we went and visited my mom? We went to American Girl, and Harper wanted to get a wheelchair because my mom is in a wheelchair. She wanted her American Girl to be in a wheelchair. And I mean, that is when you talk about a kind, you know, soul and all those types of things.
Yeah. How is Helen? How is Helen?
She's good. You know, we FaceTime all the time. I mean, you guys were so lovely, you and David, to do a beautiful message for all the caregivers and pals that take care of my mom, and to thank them on behalf of me and to recognize them. So thank you for that. I know one other thing people keep asking too, everybody loves your spiky lashes, and everybody wants to know, are there any thoughts of a mascara for Victoria Beckham Beauty?
There is. I have to say, Sarah Creel's going to kill me for this, but hey, I'm going to tell you, we have, and I love Sarah. I couldn't ask for a better, more passionate partner, and someone that I've always had so much respect for in the industry and learned so much from. We do have a mascara coming out next year, and it's incredible. You know, for me, my go-to day look will be a nude lip and a smoky, kind of sexy, can we say sexy?
Yeah, we can say sexy.
So mascara is key. You know, we recently launched the Cocoa Kajal eyeliner, which, though it's sold out, is coming back very, very soon. We are moments away from that coming back. And what I'm using a lot is that eyeliner at the moment, and I really use it very carefully along the top of my eyeliner, of my eye, and then I do a little tiny flick, I don't know if you can see, on the side. So my go-to would be that Kajal eyeliner, and actually my signature
So
eye
gorgeous.
So this I tend to use every day. And then, like I said, the Cocoa Kajal, and sometimes I use the gold, actually, the bronze eyeliner on the inside of my eye.
Well, what's so nice is, I mean, I've been with you. We've literally landed, and you've had to go to events, go to speak, and you've done your makeup in the car very quickly, and you've looked flawless. And a lot of people are asking, you know, about that. But I think with all of your palettes, you've created a look and a template for everybody. And actually, last week I did my first swatching, and
how was it?
It was amazing. Lisa Potter Dixon called me the Swatch King, so I kind of feel a responsibility now to swatch. I know. But, you know, as you look at your palette, you've really put and curated the best colors together and given everybody, kind of taking the guessing out of it. But it all works very quickly. And I love how you do a flick here and you do, you know, your makeup, and it just looks, it looks impeccable. But that flawless look everyone's asking about. You
know, like I said, I've learned so much from working with the best professionals in the industry. And, you know, women don't have a lot of time.
Right.
You know, I've got 4 children. I work a lot, and so I need to have a lip tint that I can also use on my cheeks, that I can also use on my eyelids. You know, I don't want to have an enormous makeup bag to carry around. It's about having key pieces and using them in a, you know, in lots of different ways.
And that also gives value, I think, to the consumer, to the product. It gives great value. As you're speaking, people are commenting and applauding you for being an icon, mom, girl boss, all those types of things. Everybody loving you. But I've worked with you. I've known you now. We met a long time ago in Rome in a very funny way, where I was there working with somebody, spending hours getting somebody ready. And then you came down, not ready yet, hadn't got started ready. And then 20 minutes later, you had gotten yourself ready. And myself and Mary Phillips, amazing makeup artist, saw you leaving the hotel, fully glammed out, where I was like to the side clapping weirdly like that. And you looked flawless, and you'd gotten yourself ready. So in all the years, you know, that I've known you, one of the things that I've known about you is you work very hard. Very hard. You put more demands on yourself than anybody else, but you want for everybody the same things that you want for yourself. So I admire that. You're always the first one up, working out. I mean, in New York, always making breakfast for me too. Like literally, we have breakfast every morning. So people are asking, in all of our travels, all of the things that we've done, have we ever had a hair disaster?
We've never, ever, ever had a hair disaster. And, you know, for me, you are the best at what you do. You always make me feel like the best version of myself. You know, but we have a kind of relationship where if I want to change something, you're never going to be
100%.
insulted by that.
100%.
And I think that's important, that we're honest, but we're kind, and we want each other to shine. You know, I want my community to shine. I want them to feel great. So the fact that I can offer products that make me feel good, and when I see pictures that, like I keep saying, you know, I've got children. I'm not a young model, nor am I trying to look that way. I want to embrace who I am, what I have, and just look like the best version of that. And if I can help other people do that, then that's great. That's what it's about. But in answer to your question, we've never had a bad hair day. I always love.
Well, there was that time in Singapore where we didn't have a bad hair day. But I think if you remember, you posted a picture of the frizz. People don't know about your hair. The thing about Victoria's hair, that it's very, very deceiving. You have textured hair. You have a lot of texture in the back, and you have almost curly hair around your edges. Victoria, I chase you around with an edge brush all the time, keeping your. You do. You're always, you know, an edge brush or a toothbrush. But there was that time when we landed in Singapore, and you took your hair down, and you posted a picture, and it was literally this big. It would have been great in the 80s, but people are asking what we used, and we actually used. I remember calling down and getting olive oil and doing an olive oil treatment on your hair, and then rinsing it out and shampooing and everything. That was a really great way to kind of tame the frizz. But I think people always think of you with this soft, flowing, beautiful hair, but don't ever realize that you actually have quite a bit of texture in there.
I've got a lot of texture in my hair, and I mean, you know, the humidity. My hair will swell the minute that there is any sort of humidity. You know, we've had many laughs. We've had many laughs about that. That's why most of the time, to be honest with you, I just stick my hair in a ponytail. Because it's you know, it's easier. Yeah. Never a bad hair day when you're around, Ken.
Never a bad hair day. Never a bad hair day. So, you know, we always kind of love on Victoria Beckham Beauty with your community to introduce everyone to kind of the why for everybody. And I know your why. But why was beauty so important to you? Why did you want to get into beauty?
You know, it's always been a passion of mine, you know. Like I said, when I first met Sarah Creel, when we worked together years and years and years ago, you know, I had an entire dining room table full of makeup. So samples that I collected over the years. I was so specific and so focused about what I wanted, even with regards to the size of the pigments that I wanted, you know, in the lid lusters, for example. Very, very specific. And there's a lot of people out there creating beautiful product, but I really had a point of view and I had a vision, and it was about creating what I couldn't find in my makeup bag, what I knew made me feel good. And like I said, a big focus on making sure that we were being inclusive, and that we were being clean as we can. We always use the hashtag not perfect, because we're not perfect. We're not claiming to be perfect. We're learning, we're educating ourselves along the way.
But you're also being transparent. Clean is a very broad space, and we're now defining that in the beauty industry. But I do know that you're doing your best to be as clean as possible. But what I admire about you, because I've actually been in the lab with you and Sarah Creel. The good thing about being your friend too, not just doing your hair, is I've been able to be a part of all of this and watch this from from behind the scenes, and watching you and Sarah, and watching you, Sarah saying you're the best partner, but watching you ask why. And if you didn't understand why, asking again and getting to the root of why, and then saying, okay, so I understand that that's why this ingredient might be in there and it's not great for us, but how can we still make it perform? And you've done that. Cruelty-free, it's, you know, clean, it's got style, it's beautiful. What do you hope to see with Victoria Beckham Beauty and your community moving forward?
You know, I really enjoy working with my community and building my community and finding out what he or she wants. How can I be better? What products do you want? And, you know, we've got a lot of incredible things in the pipeline. Like I said, I've got a wonderful team. I really feel that what we're doing is very innovative, both in colour and also in skincare. You know, it's very difficult for a fashion brand to be taken seriously in the skincare arena. And again, I didn't go out to prove anything to anybody other than myself and my community. But what we have done with this product really is gain credibility really right from the start, because the level of science and how effective the skincare really is. And there is going to be so much more to come, both in colour and also with the skincare. And I really, really enjoy what I do. I feel very lucky. I feel very blessed. I wake up every morning and I thank the great people that I have around me. And I'm just so happy that I'm making a lot of people feel great about their skin. You know, like I said, we shouldn't be trying to change what we don't maybe like about ourselves. In fact, we should stop being so tough on ourselves. I say that. I do it myself. Let's look in the mirror and accept who we are and love ourselves and try and be healthy and be the best version of that. And I think that that's a really positive message. It's not about trying to look younger. I mean, quite recently, actually, Mia, who is Romeo's girlfriend, started using the skincare. And I mean,
I've loved her pictures and videos, by the way.
Yeah, and she's 17
So
and she's gorgeous. And, you know, and obviously Brooklyn's fiance, Nicola, has also been using the products and is 25 and gorgeous. And it's great to know that no matter, it doesn't matter what skin type or skin tone you have, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you're a 17-year-old girl, a 46-year-old woman, you know, or Helen, your mum.
Or even me.
Or even you.
But I love you're bringing all of us on this journey with you. It's so important. You're doing this, you know, for yourself, for your community, but you're bringing everybody on this journey with you to be the best version of themselves now. I'm not trying to be me 10 years ago. That's what I hear that you're saying. I'm being the best version and celebrating who I am now, where I've come, where I'm going, all of those types of things. This has been so much fun. You know, I love, 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 and adore you. And I was so excited to do this with you.
I love you too. And thank God it's not 10 years ago, or I'd be sitting here in a PVC catsuit, Ken. And I know you love that.
Well, last thing I'll mention, I remember I'd never been to a Spice Girls concert, and Eva and I came to Manchester to go to the Spice Girls concert, and you were on stage rehearsing. So of course, like giddy, you know, little girls, we ran back into your dressing room, and you came in, and we were trying on that PVC corset that you had, the rose gold one.
Now,
caught in the act.
We all need photographic evidence of that, Ken, because I think your community, that's what they really, really want. Let's not lie about it.
If you've accepted me into your community, but so everyone always asks me as well, Victoria Beckham Beauty, all the cosmetics and the skincare are available at victoriabeckhambeauty.com, Violet Gray. And any resource that you want to find about Victoria Beckham Beauty, you can find on victoriabeckhambeauty.com. The transparency, I encourage everybody to look at the ingredient list, what's in it and what's not in it, and find out why.
And that's great. And thank you for that, Ken. And you know, there's a reason why, for me, going direct to my consumer is so important, is so that I can, like you said, I can share what I have learned. And that is really, really important. So thank you so much. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to my wonderful team. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. I love you.
I love you so much. I'll see you soon.
Talk to you in a minute. Bye.